Oh, there he is.
The reflection of Nadadal next to the house. Do you see him?
You see it? Thanks, I hit it. Can you say anything?
Thanks, but no thanks. So, did it just?
I just had a notification that
Okay. What just happened?
I don't fucking know.
So, the, this is the after party of Vallisca. We brought it to the car so we could get warm and decide what the hell we're gonna do. We had totally other plans, as you guys know, for like the dares and such like that. And like I said, here we are sitting in the car. I am so freaking drained. Like it is
I
insane.
feel like I got hit by a truck.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I gotta eat Easter them. Thank you.
Was the ham in there?
No. Ham's not
No
there.
ham. So if you didn't go watch the live for Scared, oh my god. For Scared and Alone, go back, rewatch it because you definitely do not want to miss this one. The Vallisca Axe Murder House in Vallisca, Michigan. Michigan. See? Boom.
Wow.
Got him. What? What? So, so,
Put that down.
so this is happening, in Vallisca, Iowa, and we keep freaking ourselves out. We, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, watch Scared and Alone because you don't want to miss this. If you um ever want to come out here and you plan on coming out here to investigate Vallisca, be prepared.
Yeah, we were not.
Yeah, we definitely were not prepared, especially after everything from last night, and then now tonight we're just kind of like, what the heck? And it is not at all. We did not want to be sitting in the car at 11:13 thinking, okay, what do we do now? Well, we had all these plans. We were going to pull an all-nighter, take you guys along with us, do all that fun stuff. And now we're sitting in the car snacking. What was I going to say?
Our shit's still in there.
Yeah, so we literally still have to go back in. Our shit's still in there. And we still have to drive 9 hours home tomorrow and do this again tomorrow night.
Yep.
I hope that all the action that we've been getting keeps up, but maybe takes a little different turn.
I would love to not be possessed at some point.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Also, I'd like to leave my fucking shit alone.
So, if we get back on, you guys will get the notifications. If not, we will talk to you tomorrow. We'll try to go live like during our trip home too and try to gather our thoughts and talk more about what we just went through.
I feel like we should do it now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about it.
All right.
So I still feel like not myself, but I feel like I've never experienced anything like that. There was a lot of physical evidence today.
Yes.
So the first thing was when I was in the room, the first bedroom downstairs, I heard something fall. And I thought it came from the corner of the parlor, but it's a very small house. Everything's close together. And come to find out, an hour or so into the investigation, that it was my bag of food, which I brought in to symbolically have a meal at the table.
Oh, yeah.
And it was pushed over onto the floor. So that was a lot. I don't know that was actually a mouse in the attic. I just said that because I couldn't survive.
Yep. I was literally trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to grease ourselves up to get out those tiny windows, because we're done. We're done.
I would have been stuck like Winnie the Pooh with my ass hanging out.
It would have been a horrific thing. Like, those were the options, or stand up and be startled and then get struck in the head with nails. Like, those were our options. So we're like, we're going to just sit here and take it like men. And that's what we did.
Huh.
She called mouse. That's how you take it like a man.
The other thing I'm thinking about now, because there are things that I don't remember,
Mhm.
but the other thing that I just thought of right now was in the first room, sitting on the floor. I could feel the presence of someone next to me, but it was almost like, and I didn't say all of this because there was more important things to focus on, but
Right.
it was almost like the cliched version of like a little girl.
Okay.
Like pin-straight blonde hair.
Yeah.
Little white dress, kind of
Yeah.
But she was sat next to me like you and I are sitting.
Mhm.
Like in like parallel to each other. And the weird thing was that like I wasn't allowed to look at her.
Right.
Even though I could turn my head, but like
Right.
in my mind's eye, like that was the rule. She was gonna sit with me, but I wasn't allowed to look at her.
Right.
And I feel like that was never the girl. That was never an actual human girl.
Right.
And I feel like the minute I tried communicating with it was the minute I opened myself up to something else. Now, downstairs, for the first part of the investigation, there was something horrifically dark that made me feel unsafe.
In the blue room?
I think the whole downstairs, really, but
Okay.
made me feel like I couldn't go upstairs by myself. I've never had that happen on a scared one. I've been scared, but I've done it.
Yeah.
I've come close to tapping out, but it was because like something happened and I was able to do the rest of it.
Right.
But this was like trying to walk through a brick wall. I knew I couldn't. And now, after having done what we did, I feel like what would have happened is I would have gone upstairs and I would never have come back down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened upstairs in that bedroom. I remember like bits of it. I think in my brain, we were showing the hatchet mark, standing there looking how close it was to the bed, like how small the area was.
Yeah.
I thought it would be an interesting visual to show people.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't realize that. I didn't realize how small this house was or how small the rooms were. I thought it would be an interesting visual to show people, like, this is where he was standing.
Right.
And I think when I did that, I energetically stepped into his shoes, basically.
Right.
Because the first thing I talked about was the boots.
Yes.
And
You
I
went
could
from
feel
feet up, describing everything.
I could feel the weight on my feet. Like I could feel the boots. And then I don't remember anything else. I mean, I remember bits and pieces, but I don't remember like.
You heard a creepy laugh, and you just looked at me like, would you say they're dead? Something was as dead as they are, or they are as dead as they are. And that's when I'm like, okay, try not to freak out. And then stuff was shuffling around in the attic, and then everybody on the stream was like, okay, we need to get you out of here. And I'm like, trying to ignore all the shit that's going on in the attic and get you out, because I'm like, okay, this is not okay, because she is not herself. Tone changed, everything on your face changed, all your muscles in your face changed. When you looked at me, you scared the shit out of me. And I'm like, well, this is not going to be a good time for me. So when you came outside, you knew that you had to shake it up. You knew, like, you were still in enough power to be like, okay, I know I have to get out, but if I don't get out now, then we're going to have a problem.
I have no semblance of time though. Like, was it was if 'Cause to me, it was fast because I don't like I have bits
Yeah.
and pieces of memory, but
We weren't all in there very long. Sorry. It was, but enough was said that like we all knew like, okay, she needs out of here.
I remember hearing Richard Little's voice.
But yeah,
Telling
at
me to
that
get out.
point, he's just like, yeah, no. And for David to be like, yeah, no, like that, it was like, okay,
You know.
because he's always the daring one to get you to do things.
I remember coming down the stairs and I remember going outside, but I felt like I was fighting it
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't winning the whole time because when I was out, I was standing in the dark. I handed you my phone
Yeah, you were like, I'm done.
and I went outside and I was standing out there and then all of a sudden I was like, I want to go in the attic. But accompanied with that thought, and I don't know if that was me trying to regain control or if that was almost like a visceral, like I need to hide in the attic because I was still him. But then immediately with that thought came, but I can't look at the kids. I don't want to look at the kids' rooms.
Yeah.
Or the kids' room.
You were very stern when you turned around and said that. You were like, because like you were like, okay, I need to get myself together, da da da. And then like you turned around and you're just like, I want to go upstairs. I want to go to the attic. And I'm like, okay, hey guys, she just said she wanted to go to the attic. This is not her because you still had that deep voice. You turned around and you were stern. And it was way different from like when you first got outside and you're like, I need a minute. Like that was you. It was the tone and even like the speed of your voice, if that makes sense. Because you slowed your speech down.
Mhm.
Like you were just like, I want to go to the attic. And I'm like, dude, you were literally just like possessed. Shut up a minute. Like, let's figure this out first before we go put ourselves in there. But, you know, lo and behold, we did go and put ourselves back in there. I mean,
The power in numbers.
yes. And the footsteps, the amount of times that we've heard footsteps through this place is insane. You can almost stand right outside the door. And if you listen, because it does, if there's not a train whistling by loud as shit, it's really, really quiet and peaceful, just like most of Iowa is. But you could hear that even then. Everything's very loud in here. Or in here. I'm not in there. Everything's very loud in the home. The old creaky floors and such like that. So like you shut a door, it sounds like, you know, a slamming door, but you literally like tried to do it soft. So
when
like
you walk around, everything shakes too because it's like.
uh-huh.
Which brings me back to what I said in the attic, because I remember that. What I said in the attic, which was that, like, thinking of how quiet he had to be.
Yes.
That's so fucked
And
up.
for so long.
Yeah, that's so fucked up.
But I wonder if those are the original latch in the attic. Because those windows are not like if he was to get in through that window, the windows, he'd have to be a small man.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't fit out them.
So I'm wondering, what was that? Still at the chimney. Strange. Yeah, I don't know because there's so many theories. We talked about them today at the beginning when we first got here. Her and I have sat through Vallisca lectures before to learn the different things. You know, the people that have actually like interviewed people, been down and dirty with this case, and we have heard, I'd say 99% of the theories that are going around as to what happened, who did it, all that fun jazz. Some of them are pretty crazy.
I remember something. When I remember David asking me this, I'm scared. I was describing what I was wearing.
Yeah.
And then David asked me, "Can I ask your name or what is your name?"
Yes.
And I instantly was like, "No."
Mhm.
And then I have chills so bad right now. My whole body's
Well,
covered
you
in
were
chills.
staring blankly into the camera when he was
Mhm.
rattling off other names. And then he got to the one.
Yeah.
And then that's when.
But I don't know if I trust that.
Well,
Because whoever it was does not want to be figured out.
no.
And I would not put it past that energy to lie.
Mhm.
Because I think they already lied to me. Because I think it was them as the girl.
Yeah.
I just got wicked bad goosebumps. I forgot he said that to me. And that says a lot too because he knew what was happening. I didn't even know what was happening.
Right.
In my mind, I was just like feeling something. So I was talking about like the boots, and then the boots led to the pants, and the pants led to the shirt. But
Mhm.
then I blank a little bit. But like, I don't remember him saying, "Can I ask you names?" I remember him saying, "What is your name?"
That is what he said.
And that's not something that I don't think we've ever done that before. I don't think he's ever addressed
No,
me like that before.
everybody saw it. That's the thing. Is like everybody saw it that was watching that viewed it happen, and you're watching it live, so it isn't something that you go back and you think that you saw, and then you didn't see it the next time. No, everybody literally saw and felt it as it was happening. The transition. So
I just remembering that just made it really real. So where do we go from here? I mean, we're sitting in the car right now.
we are. I can barely keep my eyes open.
I'm so tired.
Uh-huh.
It's only 11:30, but at the same time, I don't know that I could actually sleep. But I also, at the same time, feel like I could sleep for 3 years.
Yeah.
We have
I'm debating on whether am I downing another monster or am I gonna chill and go to sleep.
right, and all of our stuff is in there, and we have to go in and get it. But do we go now? Do we wait till it's light up?
We don't know.
What do we do?
It feels warm out.
I'll just sleep in the grass.
That's up. Did you look up?
Oh,
It's beautiful.
I did look. I think that's what brought me back.
Mhm.
Because I was looking up.
I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I just like we are just like bah. We will probably more than likely be on tomorrow on our trip and our trip home and stuff. And on the way to the next location. But until then, I personally apologize because we had this whole thing lined up of what we were gonna do. However, if you know anything about investigating, what you set out to do generally doesn't end up how it actually is.
And at this point, like, we have to consider the fact that it's a safety issue.
It is.
Because I had everyone telling me after the show was over not to go back in the house.
Mhm.
That whatever was there was trying to hurt me. Not to go on the stairs. Be really careful of the stairs. And these are people that don't normally say things like this
Right.
to me. And who have psychic abilities. So I trust them.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like it's so frustrating because this is our dream location. And we spent 2 hours in it.
Nope, that was very true. That's why we I haven't made the executive decision being the one driving, like, okay, let's get our shit and get.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God, we've waited so long. We're finally here. We're here together.
Right.
And well, we're just going to pack up our shit and leave.
Right.
But oh my God, we're
But
going
also
to
enrages
stay
me.
here.
It enrages me too at the same time, because how dare you bully me like this?
Right.
And part of me feels like, fuck you, and I'm just gonna go back in. But at the same time, my defenses are so down.
Oh yeah.
So down.
Yeah, we'd be effed.
Eaten alive
Yes, we would.
by
There's
one
no
bear
doubt in my
standing.
mind.
Oh, let's talk about the dirt piles real quick.
Oh yeah, the dirt piles. Bingo.
Ooh. They kept appearing on the stairs. There's no way, especially that middle one. There's no way, because I was so careful walking up and down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
And I can feel everything under these shoes because I have Crocs on, but they're worn out Crocs, so you can feel them.
But let's also take into account that there's 4 feet going down there, because I was right behind you. Like, I was up your butthole because I was scared. I heard voices like on our way up.
Oh.
It was move. Whatever it was behind me wanted me out of the way to get to her. So I'm like, well, this sucks. Like, okay, we need to move. Let's go. Let's get up the stairs. Being on the stairs totally didn't feel safe. And it wasn't because I thought like I was gonna accidentally fall. Like, there would not have been an accident.
Right.
There was other stuff going on. And at some points I felt like, okay, that's why I kept like peeking my head up by your arm and stuff. So I'm like, something's gonna come and drag me down these stairs. Like, that's what was going through my mind.
I said it before we went upstairs, like that. What I was afraid of was that I was going to get to the top of the stairs and the boogeyman was going to be looking me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I said the famous last words, because then but I just remembered something and then forgot it.
So if anybody wants to volunteer to go get our shit out of the house, thank you.
Shit, what was it that I was just going to talk about?
The dirt. We're still talking about dirt.
Mm.
No.
The voices. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So for a hot second there, when your mic was making that feedback.
Yeah. Oh, I
There
forgot
was-
about that.
No, but there was full voices. Yeah. It was like using a spear box.
I didn't hear
Clear
anything. I'm like,
sentences.
what are they talking about?
And then it got so much louder. And then when it got louder, I was standing in the middle of the kitchen. When it got louder, it felt like there was just a tornado around me.
So weird. Yeah, because I'm like, why do they keep muting my mic? What is going on? What's happening? And then the white noise. You guys kept talking about white noise. I'm trying to cram my earbuds into my ear so I can hear it too. I wasn't hearing nothing. Please hold.
Sorry.
Sorry. Anything you want to add, Laura?
Yeah, how was it watching it?
Terrifying.
I'm like
Absolutely terrifying.
trying to fight her. There's just voices coming from the back.
That tracks. Actually.
Not disembodied.
I'm a lot of things, but not disembodied.
I'm a lot of things, but I am a person.
It was very scary. I was worried for you guys. I really was. Yeah, I was in tears because to witness something like that and know you guys were like 30 feet away from me was terrifying. And in my opinion, nobody goes back in.
Yeah, I need my phone charger.
And my pewter.
We can go get our shit and get out.
But the problem with just going in and getting our shit and getting out, like I'd be all for just like running in and running out. But she's got
This is fucking dog.
these looky-loos. I bet. Probably. She's got suitcases of shit all the way in the parlor.
Go get them and
So we're gonna let you go.
So that
I
goes
think
all the way in.
we need to investigate something right now.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be on tomorrow. Bye.